How are you? It's me, Dr. Daniel Davis from the Traveling Physical Therapist. I'm here supporting the Senior Umbrella Network, and today I have a wonderful guest with me. I have Nicole Ferrara. Nicole, how are you today?
Hi, good. Good to see you, Danny.
Wonderful. Nicole is from Elder Home Care, and she's going to be talking to us a little bit. So I'm really excited to jump right into it. I think you may have seen some questions that we had that she was answering, which is really awesome. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say, and I'm sure you are too. Nicole, thank you for being here with us. If you don't mind, I want to jump right into the first question here.
Sure.
What was something today that made you smile?
Um, Something today. Maybe just doing this. It's kind of fun.
I mean, listen, this is honestly, I was looking forward to this for a good portion of the day already. So once
Yeah.
once I knew it was coming up, I was pretty excited for this too. So I like that answer. That's a good answer. Yeah. I'm glad I could be a happy part of your day. Nicole, can you tell me about Elder Home Care?
Sure. So we are a home care companion agency. We're located in Huntington. We do serve all of Long Island. Sometimes we will do Queens as well, not as much in the city, but our focus lately has been in Suffolk County because we find it's a very underserved area. So our companions will help with activities of daily living. They will do some light housekeeping, laundry. They are able to take a loved one to an appointment or run errands or shopping for them. So most of our caregivers do have cars and are able to, do the errands. And that's what we find a lot of times seniors need, just someone to do things for them or get them somewhere. We are a companion-based service. Unfortunately, we don't take insurance, so it is a private pay. But we are pretty flexible with the amount of hours. I think a lot of other agencies have a higher minimum as far as the amount of hours. And we're a small agency. We're not franchised. We're sort of just family owned. So we're willing to work with families. We also have live-in aides, and we'll do respite care as well if somebody is coming home from either a hospital or a rehab and maybe need 24/7 just for like a week or two. We're happy to take those cases. So that's sort of basically about us.
That's wonderful, Nicole. And as far as Elder Home Care, now, on the island, I've had a few of these interviews where we've been able to speak with home care agencies. And one of the things I always like to ask, because we do have a lot of agencies throughout the island, right?
Mhm.
So Elder Home Care, what's something that separates Elder Home Care from, a different agency? Not better or worse, but just what's
Right.
something that's different?
Well, I mean, I like to say this, but I don't know if every agency does this. I would hope that they do. We do background checks of all of our aides. We do a criminal background check. We do, if they are going to drive, we make sure they have a valid license and have insurance, a sexual harassment background. We do a little training for them. They come into our office and we'll give them some training if they haven't. A lot of our aides are already HHAs or CNAs or LPNs. So they've already had to pass some certification for New York State. So I think that might separate us. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I
You know,
really do. I obviously we hope that everyone who gets sent to a home is certified, it has background checks, is all that stuff. I'm glad that that's something you guys are taking care of. Now,
one more, oh, sorry.
no, please,
One more thing I wanted to mention is we always go out and check out the family first. So usually I'm one of the people on the road and I will go visit the family first, see what they need, see what kind of care, and also suggest other safety issues before the aide comes, maybe the next day or the day after, depending. And then one of us will usually come with the start of care as well. Other agencies say they do that, but I'm pretty sure they don't. A lot of times an aide will just show up and there's not anyone necessarily, smoothing it over or introducing the family. So,
Yeah, it's such an important thing. Obviously, with my background as going to people's homes, it's such an important thing to be able to get a lay of the land, understand what the needs are before you kind of send someone in there. I think it's a wonderful thing that you do that, and I love that you're the one doing that. What's your position at Elder Home Care?
So I am a care manager, and we're a small group. So I wear a couple of different hats. There's only like 5 or 6 of us in the actual office. Not only do I do like the meet and greets with the families before the care starts, and then I'll go back often for the start of care. I'm traveling all over Long Island. I'll also do some marketing and promotions for the company because, again, we're really small, so we all kind of do a little of everything. That's basically it for us.
I love it. Now, Nicole, just switching the focus from elder home care to you, Nicole, how did you get into this senior care field? Like, what made you come into this field here?
Well, this is not my first career. This is an encore career, if you will. I got into this really more of advocacy first. Unfortunately, I had some close family members who needed a lot of advocacy. I'm originally from Chicago, but I've been living in New York for many years. So most of my family members were in Chicago. And unfortunately, I had my parents and a sister who went through a lot of health crisis. And I was constantly going back and forth and making phone calls and talking to people. And there was kind of nobody really advocating for them. I was sort of it, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I was sort of thrown into this area dealing with doctors and insurance companies and trying to find the best care, sort of on my own. Or I do have a brother who assisted, but we were just sort of thrown into this. And that was about 10, 15 years ago. And after that, I sort of said there has to be a better way. So I decided to get more educated on being an advocate. And I took some courses. I'm now a board certified patient advocate, and I also am a certified senior advisor. So I'm hoping that I can help in any way. And I like to say, like, my jam are seniors. I really feel that the senior population gets so shoved in the corner because there's always advocacy for children all the time. And I feel like there's a lot of seniors who either don't have children, or their children don't live nearby, or their children are busy raising their children. So it's hard to have that focus. So they need the help, basically. So
I think that's such a wonderful thing. And you said a key word there. You said this is your passion. And obviously, anyone in the senior field, myself included, everyone in the Senior Umbrella Network, I think you have to have a lot of passion to do what we do. No one is making tremendous bank where we're going and buying 6 houses and all that stuff. You do this because it's something you love to do. So,
right.
Follow-up question, which is, talking about passion, what's something besides work that you're passionate about?
Well, you know this about me, I think.
Oh yeah.
I am a member of Greater Nassau Chorus, which is part of the Sweet Adeline's international organization. We are a all-female a cappella barbershop group. We're about 60 members. We are the reigning region champions, and we rehearse every week for about 3 hours. We're pretty serious. We travel around the country sometimes for international competitions. We're pretty hardcore. I used to be an actor and a singer in my past, so this is just sort of a way to keep the music alive, and my other passion for performance sort of going.
I love that. Can I ask you a question? I don't think you and I we had that nice conversation when we went to Starbucks, and I was blown away by your history and your talent and everything like that. And I even looked. I think I told you I looked up the Sweet Adelines afterwards too, and it's amazing. But you said you were into music, you're into singing, you're into acting. When you were auditioning, did you have a song? Did you have like your audition song? And what was it?
Usually when you audition, they want you to have, it's usually just maybe 15, 16 measures of a ballad or an up-tempo, they call it. So it would depend really on what I was auditioning for. Usually you don't sing what's what you're auditioning for in the show is usually something else. They don't want to hear, what the show has. So I tended to do pieces that were more character based. I was usually cast as like the funny best friend, or the character role. I wasn't really a lead type person, so I would do something that was more character based. Big fan of mine, someone I was a big fan of was Judy Holliday, if those of you who know her, and she was kind of this crazy, wacky character. So I would do some of her music, sometimes as an audition piece.
And I won't put you on the spot and have you sing, but just in the back of my head, if we were on live TV, I'd be like, and here's the microphone, go. I won't do that to you though. I won't do that.
I'm not warm. I'm not warm. Please don't ask me to sing today.
That's fair. That's fair. So yes, but we're going to be having to hire you guys, the whole group, all 6 of you guys, to come in and perform for the Senior Umbrella Network one day soon.
We do. Yeah, we do. We do events. We'll do events like that. We will.
Okay, so we spoke about passion. We spoke about how you got to where you are. What about where you want to be? Whether or not it's elder home care or anything else. Like, do you have any goals where you're like, hey, you know what? Like, this is on my, and it doesn't have to be professional goals by any means.
Sure.
But are you like, hey, whether it's a bucket list or something like, hey, I to me, it's really important that I accomplish blank, or it's a pipe dream, but I would love to be able to say I did blank.
Sure. So I eventually would like to have my own thing, either my own advocacy group or just private, where I'm a good resource, whether it be going to doctor's appointments, taking notes for someone, helping them get a second opinion, helping with other social resources in the community. I like networking and getting all the different areas, just so that I have, sort of my own little stash of the go-to people. Because as an advocate, and a lot of people know this who are advocates, we're just presenting information. We're not giving medical advice or even telling a client what they should or shouldn't do. It's just basically, here are all the resources you have available to you, so that the patient or client can make an educated decision on their own, and just to support that decision. So eventually I'd like to maybe do my own thing, but for now I'm still sort of figuring it out.
I love it. I love it. Here's my last one for you. I'm going to just toss this out here. You're on top of a mountain. You have everyone in the world listening to you. You can give out one piece of advice. What do you say?
I say kindness matters.
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Ferrara from Elder Home Care, 516-405-5910. Again, that's 516-405-5910. You can go check them out at www.nyaide.com. Nicole, it is such a pleasure to have you here with us, to speak with you, and to see you again. And I'm so happy, and I'm looking forward to hearing you sing in person at some point too. So thank you so much for being here with us.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Danny.